Okay, and welcome to another video with Better Pics. Hope this finds everyone well. Today we're going to be looking at the April 2025 release of Adobe Lightroom, and of course what's been introduced is the new AI-powered landscape masking tool. And so far there's been some pretty interesting results. You might have watched my video the other day on using this tool with Adobe Camera Raw. Of course it's been released with Lightroom Classic as well. Today we're going to be looking at Adobe Lightroom. All right, let's have a look at it. We've got a couple of landscapes that we're going to have a look at. You can see that I'm working on a local hard drive, so that is a good thing, obviously. So you know you can work directly off your hard drives. You don't have to work off the cloud. And what we're going to do is hop over to we're looking at a single image, as you can see. We're going to hop over to our edits and we're going to go to our selection or masking tool. And you can see that there's a landscape at the top there. So, and if you just hover over it, it gives you a little description. Select landscape, select and edit mountains, vegetation, and other landscape features in your photo powered by AI. So let's just select it, see what it comes up with. You can see it's detecting the image there. There's a few different elements in this image, so it'll be interesting to see what it does actually come up with. All right, so you can see it's come up with mountains, vegetation, water, and natural ground. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to select all of those. Now, you don't need to select all of them. You can just select, you might only, for example, want to work on the water, so that's the one that you would select. And then if you hit create, you can see that it creates those masks over on the left-hand side of your edit panel. All right, and if we just hover over those masks, you can see that it highlights the different areas that it's detected as elements within the image. You can also expand on that little panel so that you're looking at the details so you know exactly what it is: mountains, vegetation, water, and natural ground. If you want to get rid of any of those masks, you just have to hover over, right-click, and delete natural ground, and it will get rid of that mask for you. All right, if we also have a look at that right click, you can see that it's got a few other options. You can rename the mask, you can invert your selection, duplicate and invert mask, intersect with mask using other elements, duplicate natural ground, or delete and copy. And you can also, down the bottom there, delete all masks if that's not the editing way that you want to go. All right, so essentially what these masks allow you to do is to adjust specific parts of the image. Now, you can create masks and create selections without AI, just manually, but this new feature allows you to quickly let AI detect and select different parts of your image. You can also see, if we just click on mountains there, that you can add and subtract. So for example, you can see that there's certain sections in this image that you may or may not consider to be mountains, and you want to add or remove some of that mask. Same with vegetation, same with water. You can see, for example, with water that there's some water up the top here that it hasn't detected if we just zoom in there. So it's done a pretty good job overall, but you might want to add to that mask, right? And if you click add and select brush, you can obviously adjust the size of your brush and just start painting in additional. Well, we've got a random extra bit of selection there. Those extra bits of water, I'm just doing a very rough selection. Please don't look at this as my selecting ability. Obviously we can subtract as well. We're going to use a brush again, and we're just going to remove that random selection that we got up the top there and some of that rock. You of course have all of the tools that are normally available for a brush or selection tool, so you can make adjustments there if you want to. All right, we're just going to get rid of that rock as well. Excellent. So that just shows that you can add or subtract to the masking that was automatically created by AI, which is a good thing. Here we go. You can see we've just added that extra bit of water up there. Again, please don't look at my selection too closely. It's just for demonstration purposes, but you get the gist of what's possible where you can add or subtract the mask that's created. And obviously natural ground, there's some elements in there that have been left out. Again, it's done a reasonably good job, but you may want to adjust that mask. Now, the purpose of those masks is then simply to make edit adjustments to your image, as you would normally do, keeping in mind that these are just one option for edits. You can still go back to your edit tab and make overall adjustments to the whole image, which is usually, as you've seen, my approach for the initial part of editing. But those masks just allow you, through AI, to make those quick selections of those elements so that you can make whatever adjustments you would like to make to those specific areas. As with many things AI, and this is purely my own opinion, it's still not perfect, and it may never be perfect. Relatively speaking, the AI journey with image editing is still very, very new, so no doubt things are going to get better. On the scale of things, it does work pretty well, all things considered. And it's one tool that's available along with many other tools. So just keep that in mind when you're using it. And of course, if you want to make adjustments to whatever the AI is deciding for you, then you can, which is a good thing. Let's have a look at another image. So this is obviously more of an urban image. It's photographed in Brisbane City. We've got some natural elements, obviously, with the water of this river and these trees and mangroves over here, plus the sky, obviously. But we've got a lot of human-made architectural type elements as well. So we're just going to click on landscape. And you can see we've got water, vegetation, architecture, and sky. I'm going to create all of those. And you can see that the sky is pretty good, that selection. Architecture is pretty good as well. Vegetation, pretty good. There's probably a few elements sort of in the distance over here that we need to look at the selection there. And water is pretty good as well. Again, there's some elements where it's picked up the reflection of those buildings in the water and it hasn't selected, but we can, of course, add with our brush to that selection. There we go. Nice and quick and easy. And then, of course, with that selection selected, we can make those adjustments in any way that we want to for whatever we want to achieve with our image and the look that we're getting. So, some fantastic new features, and I think it's it's great for the current state of AI, which is not perfect, but doing a pretty good job. Of course, it's up to us individually if we want to utilize any of these tools in our workflows, but they can obviously, if you're looking at only editing certain sections, speed up our workflow. But remember, the creative process is purely in your hands, and if these are tools that you want to use, then they are available. Remember, you can still make manual selections as well. Those are definitely available within Lightroom Classic and Adobe Camera Raw. So have a play with a variety of images of your own, just to have a look, whether they be nature-based images or architectural or portraits or whatever they may be, and have a look at the tools and let me know what you think about them and how they're working for you. As always, any questions are welcome in the comments below. Thanks so much for stopping by, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.